Dun 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 dun. Hey, what's up? Sean Patrick Green, also known as Fudge, for the God Chaser Sports Fantasy Leagues. That's right. This is the end of 2023. This is December 20th. We're doing an update, and we're just recapping what happened this past weekend for the old generation, the legacy generation. I don't know what you want to call them, but these are the leagues that we were running since actually 1999 is when we started doing them, but 2000 is when we started doing it on the Yahoo platform. So we're going to recap all the legacy leagues that have been around since at least 2002, 2003, and quite a shakeup, in the standings. This past weekend was only two of them were the finale for the regular season, and the rest of the leagues they were all championship or first round of the playoffs. So let's check this out. I mean, I did pretty good, I think, on a couple of them, but we'll see how it works out. This year, I did halfway decent. So let's get to the main page here. Fantasy football. Here it comes. Bam, 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 bam. All right. So as you can see, Week 15 concluded Monday night with Seattle Seahawks beating Philadelphia Eagles, and I had some disappointing, as you can see. So these leagues, the God Chaser Football League rookie, which most people now are not rookies. God Chaser Football League veteran, the God Chaser Football League. This is the actual original league. Christian League 2023, Christian World League, Fudge Bowl, and then of course Veterans Football, which is something I was a part of. That's not the God Chasers, but that is a actual Veterans of the U.S. All right, so I only won one of the leagues this week, and this is round one in the rookie league. So let's just check this out. So here's who's going to be in the championship bracket. We had a top eight, and I was an eighth seed, and I defeated longtime rival Lemke, and he was the number one seed. So that was an upset right there. So let's just go back to week 15. Very close, not too bad. So I defeated Lemke. Berta Browns defeated Super Broncos. Super Broncos was the defending champion. Ah, here it is. Or the Super Broncos beat Dakota. Dakota did not make the playoffs. All right, so that was last year. And the Steel City seems to be doing really well this year, even though they had 5 losses. Defeated Old School A, who was a division champ, but had a 7-7 record, so that division was kind of weak. And RJ steps it up and defeats divisional champ Matt. So here they are. Matt, Techno, they were the one of those was going to win, and he won the division last week. A week before, Lemke division champion. RJ was right behind him, and Berto was right behind him. And then Old School, he was the fourth division champ, and Bronco, my division leader, and Steel City was right behind him, very close. But Bronco had the most wins out of the division. So Steel City and myself, we advanced with Berta and RJ. So now RJ and Berta are now going against each other, and then my divisional rival Steel City and I will be going at it. So actually, Division 3 and Division 1 are the only two remaining groups in the championship race. So that's for the Rookie League. All right, let's go to GCFL Veterans League. All right, so week 15, what happened? Well, I lost to my division rival, Gridiron Assassins. TD's Terrible Titans, a long-standing competitor, defeated Tecmo Bowl, a divisional champ, and our number one seed defeated number 8, and number 2 beat number 7. So Bannerman and Mavericks were the 1 and 2 seed. They advanced. They did not get defeated by the lower seed. But the other two division champs, myself and Tecmo, were defeated by our rivals. And there you go. Here's these two divisional rivals are going at it, and these two divisional rivals will be going at it. So the Pacific and the South. Nobody from the North or Atlantic looks like will advance. Oh, my bad. Gridiron. Gridiron is not my division lead champ or division rival. So it's going to be two divisions going against each other for both rounds, second round. So it's the Mavericks against the Assassins versus Bannerman versus the Titans. And as you can see, these are who all the leaders were in each division. All right, let's get back to the big one. Okay, so my division rival defeated me last week to win his division, our division. So he won our division. So here is the result from last week. Numbers, of course, he had Jared Golf. Then he beat Bannerman, so Bannerman's completely knocked out. God Family Packers beat Consuming Fire, but just shy of getting that last seed because Yao was just so dominant against division leader Vince Fan. And Nighttime lost, almost could have been a division leader, but he was knocked out early. And Guns N' Roses took him out, division rival here. And then Wyoming defeated Dakota, which kept him in the run for a playoff. So let's see next week who runs who. So here's the rundown for God Chasers Football League ending in week 18. Dakota against Yao. Numbers against Nighttime. Finn's Fan against myself. And Denny versus Wyoming. And there you go. Here's the standings. This is after the regular season now. Remember, this was an extra week for this league. And there you go. My division rival defeated me. It was between me and him. And I could have won the division, but I came up short. Oh well. And congrats to Numbers. Dakota handedly took that division. And NC, Fist Fans of NC, took care of that division 4-0. And Denny 4-0. But their rivals are right behind them. Not too far behind in points, so it's going to be a match. So I go against the Finns fan for that division. All right, Christian League. There's another one. I did not make this playoff. So this was week 1 playoff. but I'm going to go to the standings. This is where it ended for the season. Three divisions. The inactive Jays was playing 10-4, 5-0 in our division. How's that possible with four teams? Well, we didn't really have a true divisional playoff. On Eagles Wings, won that division, and Parting the Red Zone won that division against Jesuit a week before. That was a pretty good matchup there. So, but they were both. So those are the seeds, and then we was top six seeded. And here's the results. Eagles Wings Parting the Red Zone. They had buys. Psalm 23 beat Jesuit, and Jay beat Phil. So the Jesuit is not going to repeat its return to glory. That's actually the rematch from last year's bowl championship. Psalm 23 versus Jesuit, and Psalm beat them last year in the championship. So, and then here's the consolation bracket, which nobody really cares about but the people that participate. So Minnesota, or the most wanted men, looks like they're going to get out of the basement because they were 1-13 for the season. So good for them. Looks like I might be headed towards the basement. So on Eagles Wings against Sam, Parting the Red Zone against Jay. I don't know how Jay won. Oh, Jay won that one. That's incredible. For somebody inactive, doing pretty well. So it's a fluke. All right, let's go back to Christian World League. As you can see, I had the number 2 seed. And let's see what happened week 15. Regular season, I defeated Lemke. Nice rivalry there. Very close. And then my divisional rival was defeated by a hungry Roboto Gaz, ARG. So he got in, even though Mark still was already linked in to go in. He still is in the divisional championships or divisional playoff this week. Sin City, former 3-time champion, or should I say 4-time champion, did not make the playoffs this year, although he tried towards the end there. Just edging the 6th seed. Lucky the Boss lost, and Sunday Night Lights beat him, but Lucky stayed in the playoffs. And Sin City was counting on this guy here to lose, but it didn't happen. So Steelers came in first overall somehow, and that was a division rival to Lemke. That was a hard fought battle, but 2 losses in a row bumped them out of divisional number 1 seed. And as you can see, there's the standing for the Earthlings division. Sin City Raiders did not make it, which is a champion for many years. And I'm back in the top seed. Doesn't mean nothing, but it does mean you get a bye at least for the first week of the playoffs. So here we go. Here's who won last year. Mark beat Fins Fan. Mark beat the Fins Fan. And I was 14th last year. I don't want to talk about that. So here's the championships this week. This coming weekend for Christmas weekend. Jazz versus Mark. Whoa, that's a rematch from last week. Uh-oh. And then Lucky versus Lemke. So there you go. They're divisional rivals. And then the Steelers and myself, we have the bye at 12-3. Lucky for us. And the Fudge Bowl, of course, this has got some new expansion franchises this year. And so we'll go to last week's championship bracket. There's me, Biscuits. I lost to Yao, a longtime rival. Denny and Finsfan were the top two seeded with the bye. And then Coach Methuselah and Black Tide were the new expansion franchises, both with an 8-6 record, and Black Tide ruled out. They made it. And the rest of the One Accord DJs did not make it this year, but they are in the consolation bracket. So I played Methuselah for the consolation fifth place prize. With Denny versus Black Tide, NC versus Yao. These two are very long time rivals as well. So that's going to be a good weekend. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in the top ring of the championship bracket for the Fudge Bowl. All right, so that's the football side of things. And we're just going to give you a brief update of the hockey, where we're all at for God Chasers Legacy Leagues. All right, so the East, here we go. We're not really concerned with the matchups as much, but here they are for this week. It's a possibility I could win. Both 1 and 2 are falling behind right now, but it's only Wednesday, so we'll see how that works out. But the Atlantic Division of the God Chasers Hockey League East, Berta Bruisers, top seed, Mavericks right behind them, and I'm way down in the bottom here, scraping by to try to get back and climb my way back into the mix. The Metropolitan League is Bishop Roberts on thin ice, and so on and so forth. Hope you can see all this. I'm pretty sure you can. All right, so Bishop Roberts on thin ice, and I think we added 2 new franchise, maybe 3 new players. Must Love Judas, Chris's Swag, and Jesus Saves. Those are the expansion teams for this league. Last year, Mavericks beat Roberts. Roberts and Mavericks been going at it for several years. So them two are the ones that are champions the last several years. So to see them in the top, Berta is right there. Berta was third last year. I was number 5. So, and anywho, let's go to the West. Okay. Here's the matchups for this week. I could do very well. These are long-time fun rivals for the last several years. So the division leaders are the Flames, the Bandits. Okay, they're 107, 106. But atop the entire league, you got Lemke and the Turkeys, Alba Turkeys. Them two are neck and neck. So these top 4 are indeed bitter rivals for many, many years. It's fun to see how that develops. And then me and the Sharks always seem to be lagging behind between who's in our division from over the last several years. Last year, Turkey beat the Giants, and the Bandits beat the Sharks. And I have not won this league yet. I lost in 2012 to the Flames. And that's it. That's where we're at. Let's go now to God Chasers Christian League. Okay, match up against On Thin Ice doesn't look too good for me. Number one seed. There's your matchups for this week. This one has another expansion league, and now instead of two divisions of five, I think we got now have four divisions of four. So yeah, we expanded quite a bit this past year. But here's your leaders. Golgotha is commanding lead in their division, Western Kingdom, 114. Sunday Men commanding lead in their division, number 4 seed, Eastern Kingdom. On Thin Ice, 115, neck and neck with number 2 seed there. Predville, 112, and I'm right there behind all of them at 104, along with The Way, the Truth, and the Life expansion. So yeah, I got an uphill battle, especially now if I'm going to lose this. This is not a good loss if I lose that one. So Lemke is clawing his way back into the mix as well. All right. Oh yeah, and champion for the Christian League last year, Lemke versus Predville. Very good. So let's move forward now to the next league, the International. I'm going against longtime rival Lemke. Okay, number 5 versus 9. And you see all the matchups this week. This is week for hockey, it's week 11. And I'm in the 9th spot, second in my division. Not doing too well. The playoffs here are 6 teams, so that's going to be a good challenge to try to get to the top 6 seed with 16 teams. Last year's champion, Gilberto, beat Black and Blues. And Alberta Clippers beat Black and Blues, but the Black and Blues won the year before that. How are they faring now? Well, they're in the 3rd seed. Holy Trinity is 2nd seed with 126. They're Black and Blues 118. Lemke's a few points behind them. Clippers, Alberta, they're right behind them. So they're in the hunt. They're in the chase. Top 6. Wonderful Zeal's inactive, but somehow he's right behind them. Number 1 seed is Tim B. These are expansion teams. Top 3 here. At least they're active. And then Standing Ovechkin. Ovechkin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ovechkin. Standing Ovechkin. Ovation. I know what he's trying to say. So 102 is kind of a weak lead, but still in the hundreds. And it's number 4 seed right now in the Pathfinders, the Trailblazers, the Shakers, the Movers. I don't know why I named them all that. But there's your top teams in the International League. God Chasers and Jesus Freaks. This one has a couple expansions, but this is a newer league. The last couple years, Lemke beat me last year. All right, so here we go. Waymakers Division League right now, 8-2. So I'm in 4th with 6-3-1. Actually tied a team, Leesburg Lightning. That's interesting. Could have helped in the playoffs in the end. All right, I'm 1-2 in the division. MIA 2, 3-0, 6-4 overall. RJ is 2-1 in division, 8-2 overall. And Lemke is in the 5th spot, and then the Saints rounds off the 6th, right behind him. Points wise, not doing as well. So the points, 3,000 plus is where you have to be. I'm right there on the edge there, but let's see how I'm doing this week. Well, I'm not doing too well. So Yao wants to take over the number 6 spot. And how the Saints doing? Saints could possibly win this one and move up a little bit, but MIA2 is going to stay leading of their division somehow. So that's quite an interesting mix there. All right, so that's what's happening for the God Chasers Jesus Freak 1 league, and then now God Chasers Jesus Freak 2 league. It's a possibility I'll lose this one again, so I'm not doing as well as I was last year. Third place 2 years in a row. Championship 2018. Well, I think these are just these aren't all the same, but Lockport Lemke, of course, beating Yao last year. And so here we are for the league standings. Yao is still possibly in the mix, whereas I could lose. So Snorting Lanes, 8-2. Iron J is a very tough competitor, but Snorting Lanes, 38 moves. And then Allah's Pleasant Team. So I don't know if that's a play on the name of Allah. I don't know. But 1, 3, 4, 5 Division Two has the top league teams right now, and then team sweep is 7-3. So there you go with the God Chasers, Jesus Freaks leagues, and once again I got a Veterans League. I could win that this week, and a Buffalo Sabres League I could win this week. All right, now let's get to basketball, and we'll round it off for this week. It's going to be exciting year-end matchups, leading into Christmas, New Year's. All Stars, everything's a lot of new stuff happening. The in season tournament, that was a big change. So let's go to basketball leagues, God Chasers Basketball Association, Eastern Conference. Here we go. So I might win this matchup, but we'll see how everybody's doing. Here's the matchups. Here's the standings for Division One. I'm in seventh and fourth in my division. Not really doing that great. 10 points behind Gunny, and then Bishop Roberts behind him. Knights Templar behind him. Knights Templar was the defending champ against Angelinos. Angelinos beat Gunny, and then I beat Dakota. Roberts beat Dakota. Yao beat Bishop. Ozzy beat me. Bishop beat Ozzy. See all these rivals we've had. And now we've had some new, fresh blood in the mix, making our competition since 2000 much more refreshing. And as you can see, Angelinos continues to dominate in the polls there, number 1 spot. Okay, Dakota's right there behind everybody, and versatile team. But a lot of us other people are way behind and got lots of work to do. So that's the East. Going to the West. Looks like I can win this one this week, but we'll see. This week I am in first place. Actually, I think I've been in first place pretty much most of the season. I have not won or lost a matchup, I don't think. I'm just gonna look at it for the fun of it. Yep. So far I'm undefeated, and I'm looking to stay undefeated. This would be a great season for me if I can stay undefeated. I've been beating everybody by good points. So 6-3, 6-3, 5-3, 8-1, 5-4. That was a close one. That's my division rival. 7-2, 8-1, 7-2. So doing very well in this league. So we'll see if I can maintain this greatness. Only 4 moves. Wembley, Bishop Roberts, 15 points behind me. I've never seen him behind me that far away. I've been behind Mr. Roberts many years before, but that's the first time I can say he's been that far behind. So Turkey and Q's are the top two in that division. Lemke's way in the bottom. Not used to seeing that either. But Turkey's 39, so he's going to try to continue his streak, trying to catch up to me, really. It's going to be a while before anybody can catch up to me. Wembley is the closest one, probably, to do it, my division rival, but I don't think so. So, yep, I'm in good shape. I'm in good hands right now. Lemke is going to try to claw his way up to the back. So Q's going to lose pretty much probably because, and then being in fourth place, if he drops, then I don't know who else will come up from that point, number 4 spot. Probably Andy. Andy Roberts will probably come up to 4 spot. All right. Now we got to the West. Well, let's go to the free for all basketball. All right. Me and Lemke are going head to head this week. See how that ends up. I'm not doing too well in the whole league, but our whole division last week beat their whole division last week. So I think we're continuing on the interdivisional matchups. Hopefully we can continue that streak. As you can see, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so we're in the top echelon, and then Ruben and Lemke are both close. They're neck and neck. Let's see how Ruben is doing. Oh, Ruben could lose this one, but we'll see. Division or the winner last year, Wyoming win over Ruben's Rascals, who is the same team as Sarah's Saints, who is the same team as I believe Dropping Buckets. So or Jaja. Anyways, so Ruben is a very good competitor. Wyoming win. He's going to try to come back. All right, so that's the free for all league. Gospel of B-ball, another long-standing league. All right, I'm in the first place, but this could change with this guy here. Womp womp. Might have to reset my team here. Womp womp. Center retention and Steph, they're tied in Division One. Booker and Womp are pretty close. Yao and I'm not the one to deal with. I don't know who that is. And then myself, somehow I'm in the top position. Somehow. And I know these guys are top competitors, so I think I beat Yao last week, and that's what put me above number 1 spot. So lucky me, going against number 9. Let's just make sure all my guys are set. Oh, Jimmy Butler. Got to put him down. I got 2 of them. And Kevin Love. No, I'm not going to take him off. He's going to come back. All right, let's put you, Jimmy Butler. All right. Let's hope that fixes that for this week. Gospel of B-ball. All right, so me versus the Lions. Roar. Beard Brothers, the Lions, and the Lick Show, they're all in cahoots somehow. But this is a good matchup here. Shuli versus Lick Show, 1 versus 3. Let's see who is. These are the bottom feeders here. So Ted versus Prof. That's another good matchup. And then myself trying to get myself out of the basement and staying in the playoff mix, top 6. Winners last 2 years is Lickers and Lick Show, and Beard and Lions. Like I said, they're in cahoots. So it's up to the rest of us to come against all that. And I added new people to take over dead teams from last year. And we're probably going to do that again this year. So that's why some couple of these leagues or divisions have 3 teams. So Ted, RJ, Blazer, um, Blazer, Bread, they're all on the Zodi. I think these are names for God in different languages. Um, Shuli, Prof, Ozzy, Lickbeard, Lions, Lemke, of course, number 2. Hot Rod is right behind him, and I'm still kind of lagging behind. Got a ways to go. Hot Rod is on a hot streak, looks like, and Lockport's gonna looks like maintain number 2, if not, take number 1 spot. Just depends because Sholey's doing really well. So see how that works out. Ball Jam number 2. I think I expanded these leagues too a little bit. No, these are old school um, legacy teams. RJ, I'm right behind him by 5 points. Dakota, Space Jam is 3.5, and then Lemke, and then at PG, they're all pretty much right there in his division. Whereas my division, I have a better chance of staying up there with them, with the top teams, than the rest of our division. So that's a good thing for me. Guyano beat Lockport last year. Space Jam beat Scruffy, who no longer is with us. Guyano had 2-time win, I believe overall. So there we go. Guyano's number 8, not doing too hot for a defending champion. Notice that out of these leagues, we have defending champs that are not doing well. So here's the matchups for One Chord B-Ball Jam 2. All right, and then God Chasers Crossover League. Here you go. Bobby B is my matchup. NC Elite. These are the Week 9 matchups for basketball. All right, look at what we got here. Lockport 8-0. So he's the top dog. Not only 3-0 to the division, which division I'm in. I'm 5-3 overall. He's 8-0. NC Elite's 5-3, 3-0 in his division. And Yao is 6-2, 3-0 in his division. Or should I say her division? Jeff is right behind, but lost the game to probably Yao in a division. So, how you like me now? So that division's pretty close versus 2 and 4. So any one of those two can take it. Same thing with Division 2 because Bobby and Wyoming, they're only a game behind, even though NC's got the division so far. But I'm the one that's got the biggest hill to climb division-wise. But as long as I'm in the top seed, playoffs as 6 teams, I can still make the playoffs. Dakota beat Lemke last year. Wyoming beat NC year before. I was in fourth place both years. So this is a newly formed team, our league, and that should conclude, of course, the veteran basketball. That's all military veterans. It's not God Chasers related. So there you go. There is your week matchups. That's all the matchups we had. So I hope you enjoyed the recap as much as I enjoyed going through it and reviewing it. It's always fun to go back and watch these videos for memory's sake. Hey, this is what we did back in the day. And plus I get to say hi to you while I'm doing this. So thanks for watching, and remember, you go to the I'm sorry, GS Sports 2000 to look for all the things that are God Chaser Sports related. So you might even find God Chaser Sports too. But these are the legacy leagues for this video, and previous video was the new generations. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening and watching.